is Tommy. I am a student in Mills High School in Millbrae. I'm going to be a junior in August. And my starter project in BlueStem Engineering is a mini POV. It's basically a device with 8 LED lights that blinks on and off. And when I turn it on and wave it pretty fast, anybody see anything? You say like hello.
Hello?
Yeah. So I basically programmed the binary code for the LED to blink on and off at the right moment. And so I chose a project because I didn't know anything about electrical or computer engineering before I came to BlueStem Engineering. So I think this would be a good start. And my main project in BlueStem is a voice recognition robot. This is a robot that can perform simple commands like forward, backward, stop, left, right, using voice command like, So it has 2 servos. They control the movements of the robot. And there's a ECBR shield. It's basically the device that controls the voice input and output for the robot. And there's a bubble Arduino, like Karina used to say. The Arduino is like a tiny computer that everybody can see the code. My bubble Arduino is basically the same, but there's an extra column of thing that I can attach my servos to, which is pretty great for controlling robots. And there's a 6-volt battery, which is required, not required 6 volt, but at least 4.5 to keep both servos working. And yeah, so there's the mic. So here's a demonstration of how it works. So I turn it on, reset. I'm wearing the headphone because I want to hear the feedback from my robot. Like, so far it can't talk because it's too complicated so far. But when the speakers has 1 beat, which means it's telling me to say a command. When it has 2 beat, that means it received my command. So here's a demonstration. Hello. Here's the simple command for starter. I try to turn LED on. I say on. And then turn it off. Off. So now I control the robot. I say forward. And I can stop. Backward. So it's not picking up so well. Backward. Yeah, whatever. Let's try that again. Backward.
Tommy, in front of the mic.
Oh yeah, right. Let's try something else. Right. Well, hello. Yeah, let me just start over. Hello. Okay. Right. Stop. Hello. Left. There you go. So, stop. So yeah, that's the demonstration of my robot. And
Great.
So when I was building the robot, I faced tons of problems. Like for the first 2 weeks, it was the hardest to 2 weeks ever because I didn't know anything about programming or microcontroller, and I actually bring this thing. This is the first platform I use. It's called Exxon 2, which is a reminder. It's the worst thing ever. Never use Exxon 2. Yeah, Arduino's good. And I also have to modify my servos because they were standard servos you can buy in Radio Shack, but they can only turn 180 degrees, which is not full rotation. So I have to open it up and do a bunch of unsoldering and modify the servo to turn 360, which I broke 2 of them, so I have to buy another 2. Also, the mic is pretty cheap, so that's why it's not picking up my voice. So I built a stick, hope it can get closer. But eventually I'm going to switch the mic to Bluetooth or the headphone they use in play Call of Duty or something. And some other modification I might add is a different languages. I speak Chinese and Japanese, so that's what I'm going to add to the robot. Yeah, so during the process I learned a lot of things, and it completely changed the way I look at electrical engineer and computer coding, stuff like that. Because the first day I was building that, I freaked out, and now I just look at those things as a normal day stuff, like, yeah. So, and I also learned how to troubleshoot problems, and don't be depressed when you can't solve some problems. I mean, that happens sometimes, but I eventually found a way around the problems. And at the end of the day, you feel pretty great that you realize you solved the problems and you got something that actually working. So yeah. Questions?
What was your favorite aspect of building the project? Was it like the mechanical, the electrical, programming?
I'd say the mechanical. I got to use the gun looking thingy.
The impact driver.
Yeah. That's too. And yeah.
You had less than kind words to say about the Axon. Could you just explain maybe in layman's terms what the issue was?
Well, like, it might be my fault too, because it's my first time using something like that, and I have no idea where to put the battery. Sometimes I put it the other way around, positive to negative, and which I kind of burn some of it. But I still can't find a way to connect the thing to my computer for 2 weeks, so I can just stop for 2 weeks do that. So yeah.
What was the biggest challenge you faced? Like, you talked a lot about like the specific challenges, but like what was the most challenging?
Oh, I actually got that the rubber Arduino in the 4 weeks. Yeah, 4 weeks in this program. So for the first 4 weeks, I basically just messed around with this thing, and I have no idea it wasn't working at all. So I was confused.
Yeah, the staff can attest to how awful that board is. Like we ourselves spent a lot of time trying to figure it out. We asked the staff from all the other cities, and the other cities basically said just to give up with it. So yeah, he put a lot of good work into it, but it's just not a very well documented piece of hardware.
Oh yeah, I can't find much about that one.
And also the mic. He really struggled with the mic.
Oh yeah, the mic. It comes with the manufacturer, so it's pretty cheap, like we can say, and we'll change it to something else.
Thank you. So we're going to take a quick 5-minute intermission.